Pastor Josh here, and I'm here with another devotional, and we're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 19, looking at the life of Elijah, the prophet. Now, if you know 1 Kings 18, you know that at the end, towards the end of that chapter, God uses Elijah to proclaim that he, God, is good, and Elijah, through God's power, defeats the prophets of Baal at Mount Carmel. Probably one of the most incredible things that the prophet Elijah, if not the most incredible thing, that he was a part of. And then something interesting happens in chapter 19, the next chapter. Jezebel sends a messenger to Elijah in verse 2, and it says, "May the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I do not make your life like that of one of them." One of them being one of the prophets that were killed at Mount Carmel just a chapter before this. In verse 3, I found this interesting. Elijah was afraid. What? You mean to tell me that the prophet that God uses in this dramatic and incredible way to show that God is powerful is afraid of some queen, of some person? But it says in verse 3 that Elijah was afraid, and not only was he just scared, that he ran for his life. He leaves his servants behind and he flees for his life because he's scared. And God appears to Elijah in some interesting ways, but I would venture to say that in this chapter, Elijah grows a bit depressed, sleeps too much, it kind of exaggerates on situations and says that there's nobody else around, that he is the only one who is doing the work of God. And then towards the end of this chapter, I found this to be really interesting. It says this, starting in verse 15 of 1 Kings 19, the Lord said to him, "Go back the way that you came, and go to the desert of Damascus, and when you get there, anoint Hazael, king of Aram, also anoint Jehu, son of Nimshi, king over Israel, and anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat, from Abel Maholah, to succeed you as prophet. Jehu will put to death any who escape the sword of Hazael, and Elisha will put to death anyone who escapes the sword of Jehu. Yet I reserve 7,000 in Israel, all whose knees have not bowed down to Baal, and whose mouths have not kissed him." What was God saying? God was encouraging Elijah to know that he was still in control, he was still sovereign, that he had things in place, even when Elijah thought that things could not get better, that he was the only one doing the work of God, that everybody else was evil. God reminded him, no, I have these three individuals who will do my will, who will worship me. And not only that, I reserve 7,000 in Israel who have yet to turn away from me and to worship an idol. They will worship me. And I don't know who this is for, but I want you to know that if you're in a discouraged place in your life, understand that God is still in control. If God has called you to something, he will call you through something. And in the moment of Elijah's life, right here, right now, in the moment of feeling depressed, maybe anxiety, questioning what God was doing, God was encouraging him to see, no, I am still in control, and I have things in the works that not even you understand or you can see in this present, but continue to be faithful. My will be done. God bless you. Have a great day.